Everyone's seen the chart.
Yes.
Okay. All right, let me.
Yes, we can see.
All right, so quick minute. All right, so let's just run through the setups that we're looking at prior to market open. And GU is the first that we had on the list. So let's just run to it. All right, so with GU, we're looking for a retest prior to the beginning of the buy. 'Cause overall, it has buyer's momentum, so we're looking for continued buys. However, when I sent the chart, we were pretty much right here. Um, this was a trend line that we were looking to say we get a break and a retest. Had this minor trend line here as well that we were looking at, and also this zone. No, market opened right here, respected our trend line for this bit, but then it broke right here. Got a minor structure retest um, right about here. The same trend line, the bottom trend line, as well as the zone that we're looking at, um, did not break at all. So we wouldn't have entered the sell because the market opened right here where this little gap was. And we're waiting for a break, waiting for a close below this line or a close below this area. Now, currently, this is also a key area where price had been playing around for some time. So that's why I had marked it off. Now, right at the bottom of this area, um, it goes right across. It has been respected quite a lot for as a resistance level. It broke through, got a little retest here. It broke here again, retested for a resistance. And this is not a full break that we got to the upside. But if we're going to skim it down, then we would use this little green line here to say it broke the line and retested. But I would really love to see if price had pushed away some more before looking at continued buys from this area. So maybe if we got something like this and then it pushed back, then we would be looking for the retest of this white trend line as well as the blue zone that we have covered. So overall, the move for GU that we had was um, a buy. But as I said, based on how price was reacting in this area, I was looking for a pullback to this trend line as it's a major trend line for continued buys. So overall, um, looking for buys on GU, but for right now, we're gonna just wait and see what London has to offer based on how price is. If we had gotten the push right here, then I would have said, all right, we're just getting on the retest of this area. But for me, I'm not entirely comfortable with how price is just sitting in this area. Didn't really give us a push per se from this zone, and as such, I am not looking to enter. It'll only be if we go to minor, and even on minor structures, this is a 5 minutes. You see, it didn't really push away. So for this one, we're gonna just wait it out until we get confirmation or some more confluences to go with what we're already looking at. Yes, right here, we did get a retest. So we had a break right here and retest here on the 5 minutes. But based on how price is right here, I am waiting. So unless you are monitoring and looking at it actively and got in at this retest right here, for right now, I would personally wait for an entry. So for GU, personally, I would wait to see what price is doing. Yes, it has gone above and it may give us a repeat similar to this move right here, but we're not in the guessing game, so I'm just going to wait. What I would love to see is from this area, just price respects it to go to create all-time highs and then retest this area for continued buys. But I will be monitoring this one. So once I see it doing something that I like, then I will update you guys as well in the group so we can get a clean entry. Any questions on Geo? All right, let me just check. Okay, nothing in the chat either. All right, so let's move to the other pair. This was gold. All right, so um, as the notes suggest, well, oh, this is playing out. So prices here, when the market opened, I had gold going down. So we had this green line here was TP2 from, I believe it was Friday, Thursday or Friday, that we had a gold sell entered here, gave us TP1, retraced. Some persons entered a second time. No, it was here. TP1, persons entered a second time, hit TP1 again. But we had this green line here for our TP2. So price was here. Again, I had gold retesting this area as well as the trend line. So where it's at right now, um, if you guys entered from here, then you can take some of our profits off the table as it's approaching a pretty sensitive area. As you can see, all of this area price played around for quite some time and is still within that area. So overall, on gold, I was looking for a buy, but the sell would be the first part of it to set up better entries for the buy. So this one is currently playing out. However, as I said, I would watch this area right here because price came here, came here again, came here. So this should be the fourth time that is coming in this little area. So should it hold, then I believe that's where the buys will start. Let's see. 10 is there. So I'm not looking to enter the buys just yet. I have to see what price does at this present area and to see if we retest this area of 1756, 55, 500 area, as this is also a sensitive area, as you can see, based on how price reacted here. So we would have to wait. If you're already in the cell, then that's good. If not, then we'd have to wait to see what price does before trying to hop in, be it in a sell or a buy. So even though price might reject here for this zone, I still wouldn't enter a buy based on that, because price is currently consolidating between this white zone at the top and this one at the bottom. So being that we already had the sell entry up here, I would personally take profit. Well, I already took profit from um, this one right here before it started retracing. And when I saw the wicks right here, did I missed this one? I actually fell asleep then. But if you're still in the sell, I would say go ahead and take profit and just wait it out, because from here to here, it's not you're not losing because you're already in profit. So you just take it and wait to see how it plays out, because I'm personally looking for a break and a close, then a retest on this level or this one at the top before I make another move on gold. So even though it's consolidating in here, it is still somewhat risky to trade in here. But you can, because if you're going to wait until it comes to this level to execute a buy, then you'd have your stop below this area. But again, because it's consolidating, it can break at any point in time. So because it can break at any point in time, then you wouldn't want to just go ahead and hop in unless you want to take that risk, which based on the consolidation phase here, it wouldn't be a lot, because if you enter at the top and put your stop, let's say here, then yeah, that's quite a chunk, or at the top and you put it here. So, but I would personally wait, because gold should give a nice run once it breaks out of this zone. So I'm waiting with my alerts to catch this move. If it breaks, then I'm looking for it. If it breaks and give us a retest of the Y area, it would have pretty much given us a retest off of this trend line as well. And then if that happens, we're going to look to take it down to these levels here. Should I draw a fib? I would draw it from here to here, and it would line up with TP to here, but I wouldn't, I would just bring the TP one first. This would be So I'd only do this if I get something like this. So that would be scenario number one. If I should enter continued sales, I would have to get something looking like this to retest this price point right here. Uh, all this to the area. If I get that, then fine. On the flip side, scenario number two would be above this area. So if price should do something like this, and it has to, I would prefer to see it close above this area as well. So coming to like this area and then retest right here, then I'd be looking for continued buys. On the larger time frame, uh, just this area. So all of this was pretty much clean traffic. So I have this area marked off as the last area of resistance based on price. When it broke, it was retested and fell and hasn't visited this area since. So overall, if price does close above this area and give us the retest, then this would be the next key area, which is 1772, 19. Now, once price gets here, if it continues by giving us a break and retest, then the furthest I would take it next would be towards the bottom of this wick, officially here. But that's way in the future. So, and because this is a 4 hour time frame as well, so I'm not really looking to that right now. I'm just waiting to see what price is doing so that we can execute. But that would be the two setups that I'm looking for based on what price does. So right now, if you enter the sell, then that's fine. You would have been in profit. If you entered the sell from last week, you'd still be in profit. If not, currently we're waiting for our setup. So no further moves on gold for right now. Because right now it's not giving me enough movement either for us to say go ahead and scalp it. So I'll leave that alone for now. But for gold, we're waiting on this to move. So watch to see what price does to this area. And we can mark it off as 17 at the bottom of this wick. So you can do 1760, 67, break and close, or you can use this trend line, which is also a 1 hour trend line from here, and wait for the break and retest of this, or we wait for the break and retest of this structure. Any questions surrounding gold? It's clear. All right. The next one. Next one was GJ. All right, so with GJ, this trend line had it from last week as well, monitoring price as it was playing out. Now, right at market open, we got this little break from last week, market open right here, respecting our blue zone, also retesting our trend line, right? So overall, we're looking at a deeper pullback before any sells. So with this break, you could have done minus structure. Just so at price being here, then we could have looked at a minus structure fib for the pullback, looking something like this to say, okay, price is going to pull back. I was looking for at least this area. This price played around here for a little bit. I was looking at this area first before even considering price going higher. However, as we're looking for a break and a retest of this area before actually going for the buy, because the market just opened, didn't really give any grade of a confirmation except for our trend line break and retest that we got right here, and respecting of this zone. However, as you can see, there is a little zone right here. This is the area where price had played around for some time. So it pushed up to it, but it did not give us a break. So hence why um, this wouldn't give. But if you had entered based on when this was sent, just to say that, okay, it's showing up buy and you entered from here, then it would have pushed up 36 pips for you. So you would have made a little money there. Now, because that didn't play out just yet, so we're now looking to see what is price doing to see about possible entries as well. Now, for me, I believe based on how price is going, we may be getting a little pullback for continued sales. Once price remains below this area, then I would still be looking at the sales. Even though I have this trend line here, I'm looking, not really looking for a retest of this trend line based on how far price pushed, because it has this area and it has this area as well. Um, Someone asked, what was the thought process for GJ? Okay. So for the GJ signals, so ideally, right, even though I didn't send it on the chart, I was looking at overall, so this would have been a pullback for continued sales. Now, based on the fact that price respected this area and gave us a break, a clean break through this zone and this zone as well, then I'm just looking for the overall move. So this would have been that move would have been based on this. Now I've been tracking some of these won't just pop out like that or something that we can just show on the charts right this minute based on the fact that you would have been tracking a pair for some time and understanding different levels as it relates to the pair and how it reacts towards um, certain levels. So let me just say, so based on the fact that we tapped into this area here, I was looking for to say if price should give us a sell and break below our zone, then I was looking for price to definitely take out this area or to at least retest the 167.71. So with that, no, as you can see, price is currently retesting this area right here, bottom of these candles. So that is the reason. So based on price action, so we're here, the bottom of these, the bodies of a candle, how they close, and this wick right here, I'm looking for those to be respected to dive deeper into price. Um, going down to I have this which is a line coming from way in the past as well that I'm looking at as it relates to moves on GJ. So that would have been the main reason why we're looking at that short quick move on GJ as it relates to the last signal that was sent out just based off of price action. So again, not looking for GJ to um, for the sales actually, not looking for it to push past this point at all. So with where price is at, I was looking for the 50 pullback or almost went to the 50 and that is fine. So currently I'm just waiting. Once price gives us a close below this area, then I am all for the continuation um, of it, of the cells to mainly the TP to 160, 500 before looking at anything else. So it would be right here. So right in the middle of you'd say TP1 and TP2 on the fib. That's what I'm currently looking at for GJ. And we should be able to get that push um, heading into London session. So that's what I'm currently looking at. And that was a thought process surrounding the GJ cell. Okay. Any other questions on that before we look at another one? Okay. Where so Candace, maybe you'd have to check your privacy settings for groups if you weren't added automatically, if you're not if you didn't see it. The name of the new group is Infallible Forex Signals. Um, let me just check real quick if you're there, because I added everyone that I was able to account for in the old group. Can a person mute, please? Okay, I just added you. What's the question for GJ? A daily trend line or GJ has rejected from. As the person I was as a trader, I was back then. Didn't matter to me. It was fine. I always had that mentality, self-led and cool. However, could you just unmute and ask the question? I just want that more. I want to be more involved with the charts, and I feel like it's a positive loop for me because if I'm more involved in the charts, I want to have that more structured. Let's say trading. All right, so. London session kill zone, New York. We move. I'm not sure. I didn't get a question. You just said you have a daily trend line or rejected from. So that's not clear. If you want to ask a question, you can unmute and ask it. Otherwise, you're gonna be moving on.
But obviously, I am free. Hi, sorry, I'm in work. That's why. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Yeah, sorry, I'm in work, that's why. But just to quickly ask or say, I'm just, because I thought that it's possible for GJ to start buying from now because it's rejected, like literally where it's sitting just below the daily trend line. So are you still looking for this trade to go down to keep selling past where it's rejected from?
So you're like talking about this current trend line here?
Hold on, I can't really hear you. Let me
All right, so this is a daily, and I believe this would be the trend line that you're making reference
to. Sorry, go on. Sorry?
So are you seeing the screen?
Hold on, let me.
I just want to confirm if this is the trend line.
Back on. So okay, yeah.
This is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I did see that. However, I'm waiting just a minute to see how it plays out. So that is why I said it can go either way, but waiting, because this was the one that I had originally that I was looking on as most recent price action. Now price did come to this area and rejected before, so that is why I'm waiting. Now that sell was a short term as well. However, based on how price is moving, that's why I am currently looking at that and just waiting because of these wicks here and overall this area as well. So we have quite a few sensitivity area. Overall though, we're looking for the continued buys on GJ. I'm just waiting for it to finish doing what it's doing overall. But these are the areas of interest currently that we're looking on. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, and thank you.
All right. me see, what did I miss? Okay, so next should have been EU. So with EU, per the chart that we shared, we're looking for cells at least to retest a line. Just see right here. Okay, yeah. So we're looking at cells to retest this trend line here. However, price pushed up a bit to retest this area to give us a third test of the area. So currently, waiting to see. I'm waiting to see what price does in this area before making another move on that. So because of this, as you can see, price tested here once, twice, and came back a third time. So now I'm waiting to see what it's really going to do before I make a move on that. So should we get the close below this area, then I would be looking for continued sells. However, this is also a trend line that was broken. So we'd have to wait to see how price reacts in this area first before pulling an entry. So anywhere in here, we can get a retest of the broken white area here or the trend line. And then we would trade accordingly. Now, if there is a break, well, then this is what we'd be looking for. So if we get the push down to retest and it rejects, then look here for continued buys or price may come here, and if it breaks this zone, and I'd be looking for something like this down to retest or trend line as what we were originally looking at prior to market open. So right now, if it's a case where you didn't enter the sell, let's say from here, or when you're up here, we would just wait because of where price is right now. It wouldn't be safe to execute on this as price can respect this trend line, this area, and push up as well as it can break for the continued sell because this can be the pullback for the sales as well as you see here. Price can also break to this zone and then retest right here, which would have retested the backside of this pink trend line, this zone as well, and then fall. So we just have to give the market some more time and allow for it to come to us and give us the setups that we're looking for. So for EU, we wait for it to break through one of these zones right here. either one, we get our confirmation that we're looking at. So we can have an alert set right here and an alert set right here. So that's what I'll be doing and what I'll be looking out for. So one right there, and I'd have one right here. So above this one, just to alert me to go take a look and see what's going on. For I believe the next one, that's EU. Uh, Year GBP. So with this one, so most of the pairs, as you can see, is consolidating between two zones. This one is consolidating as well. I am looking for the push up, but again, I'm waiting to see how price reacts to this white area here. Now, with it retesting, ideally, that is fine. Is something like this would be good for going to the upside, then retesting here. Um, that is fine. It On the flip side, if we're going to look for cells, then it'd have to be below this line, and we'd bring it to this area and then wait for further price movement to see where we're going to take it to. So this one though, should I, because of this trend line break and retest here, I am looking at the buy more so. Gave us that on minor, on major as well. As you can see, it's a 1 hour trend line coming from with their price played around in this area, gave us a little push, but then because it's sitting right under this area that was rejected quite a few times, then we have to be careful how we go about executing on this one. So what I'm personally waiting on is a break out of one of these two areas. So we have this one right here, and we have the one at the top, the two white areas. But I'm looking for buys on this. But again, the market is the market, so we take what it gives. But not looking for a sell entry, or wouldn't enter for a sell unless we get a break and a retest below this area to retest lower before moving up. So we just wait. Yeah, okay, and this one kind of moves a bit slow, so it might take some time for it to actually get moving. That's Euro GBP. Let me see. Send a sell limit for USDCHF. Okay, so this is the, oh, so this one actually got activated. So I had sent a sell limit for this, which was right at this green line, also sell no from this area. So if you took this one, then wouldn't be a lot that you've got actually from it, but we're looking at this. So this is the sell limit that was sent. This green line would have been your entry. It's just about 20, yeah, 20 pips. You say 21 pip for the stop, and overall for take profit, I believe we have 60 pips to TP2. So TP 120, and we have 42 and 65 pips. So what I was looking at for this one is mainly based on price action as it relates to where price is currently at. Now, with it being here, it would have been taken from this wick, and as you can see, then the stop would have been above the previous high. Now, based on all that's happening here, once we get the close below this area, then we'd be pretty much well on our way. So the little pullback that we got right here, um, that is fine. So if you had entered this trade, it'd have been in a little drawdown there, but we got a break and a retest of that trend line. Your entry here, and now you'd be in profits. So that was the thought process on the USD CHF entry. So we're currently, so this one is one that we're actively in right now. So no monitoring unless it's just for your stop loss. So again, once we get to um, TP1, which is this area right here, you can take profits, or you can just move your stop loss into profits and let it run and see if we go all the way to TP3. It's been in a downtrend for some time, and based on structure, then we would be looking for that. So overall, this is a major structure. You can say you can draw a fib from here to here to give you a double, or from this one to this one. It's really a preference as to how large of a gap you want to look at. So on the 1 hour, it would be that we're looking at. So you see all these TPs right here, but based on how price is moving, I haven't that's why I use this chart of a take profit, just based on the information to the left. Price can fall to the overall TP2, yes, but taking it a step at a time and take what it gives us and continue along just like that. So hence why I use these levels based on what's happening to the left, so we can secure. So this is right before it was rejected, and should it break through, then the other TP is right below before this weak rejection right here. So um, that is it. If you choose to hold to the overall TP of the fib, I'd say TP1 would be safe. So you can do 93,640 right above the TP. Oh, sorry, right above the TP1 on the fib, which would have been right above this price sensitivity area right here. So this area is where I had in mind. So if you entered this trade and you feel like you want to hold past the TPs that I sent out, then I would recommend this as your other TP level, 93796, based on what price did right here, just to be on the safe side, especially if you're not going to be monitoring the trade. If you're just going to leave it and let it run, then I would highly recommend you adjust accordingly. But for right now, I'm looking at this one to be a beautiful trade. Um, should hit our TP levels before New York, so we should all be good. So currently waiting on that. Someone sent a message about this trend line. So this is one that is there. Haven't forgotten about it. We're looking at it, yes, waiting to see how price reacts to it, but also not just based on the trend line. As you can see, these areas, we have to keep them in mind as well. So based on that, I am waiting to see how price reacts. Because this area right here where I have this green line, it was tested and rejected, and then it broke. Kind of tested here. So the area was tested, but it broke. So it's not proving to be that strong of an area. So I'm waiting to see what price does here, but I'm confident that we're gonna get to at least TP1, but it should actually go all the way. But again, markets, it's a market for a reason. It gives and it takes. So we take whatever it gives and leave it at that. So right now, if you had the sell limit, you're currently running in profits while we wait to see what's going. Um, okay, a little alert here. Oh, so the alert was for GJ. So it just showed that if you had taken the sell no entry, you're currently in profits as well. So we're gonna see. So what I'd recommend is we can adjust the TP1 to this area here. So let's just say 161, 100. 161, 100. That's fine. Um, Originally it was 160, 993. So it was pretty much close. 993. So if you're not gonna adjust it, I would just say just watch price right here, just to see what it does. We should go all the way to retest, but again, based on the question someone asked earlier where I had to pull up the daily chart, it does show that it's retesting a daily trend line as well. But I'm looking for the wick fill before continuing to the upside. So that's what I'm currently banking on. So I'm looking for that, but again, it is a sensitivity area. If if we get this close below this area, the 161 area before London, which we should, then I believe we'd be good to go for all TP levels that was sent, TP1, TP2, and possibly TP3 as well. So that is what we be looking at for that. Let me just check the news real quick. Yeah, so no real no heavy news coming in. So for GBP, so we should be good to go. Um, following what we're looking at. So we just keep all that information in mind as we trade, and we should all be good. So we just mature levels for persons in this trade. GJ, y'all can adjust your stop loss to put it right above this area. Um, 161, 765. Just edit the original post. So you can just edit, you can just move your stop loss so that you protect your account, because if price comes back here, then it's not really what we'd be looking for as it relates to the sell. So for the sell, then we're looking for a price to continue pushing down to give us a close below 161, 200 and 161 overall. And then we wait to see how it plays out, because again, we are looking for buys, but we're playing it along as to what the market is giving out. So hence why we're looking at the trades that we're looking at right now. Any further questions, be it on the charts or just trading in general? The floor is open. Okay, I guess not. So we're gonna wrap this one right here for tonight. And I will be monitoring these trades as well. Hope you have your alerts set, or at least your levels marked off so you know what you're looking for as well. And let's see how they all play out. Thanks again for hopping on, and we'll be in the chats. Any other question, you can feel free to send them in the group. I'll be in there answering them as well. All right, so thanks everyone, and have a good night, morning, wherever you are, whatever time it is. Bye for now.